So we're going through what is called the Great Awakening. And that basically means, yeah, like you can say waking up, people are having spiritual awakenings, they're becoming conscious. Whatever resonates for you, don't get too caught up in the lingo, I'll say. But it's just a fact, right? So basically what's happening is, like the expression that people say, oh, they grew a conscious. So what that means is someone who is behaving in one way, right? And then they become conscious of their own behavior, and then they seem to be acting as a totally new, different person and seeing the things that they did in their past. That is becoming conscious. That is becoming awake. That is a spiritual awakening, okay? So it is happening to many of us at this time. Now, the awakenings happen in waves. So as I've observed, the waves that awaken before the wave that then is starting to awaken are actually the ones who come online and start like giving the guidance and sharing and helping other people through their awakenings, right? So, and that's what I do. I do pattern recognition and concepts, right? Because I can just see as I interact with people and speak with people on a daily basis, like just going about living my life, that other people, many people, are going through the same experiences. And that is when I always talk about our collective consciousness, which is, again, is all of our energy creates a collective consciousness, okay? So it's basically all of our energy together. And that is why a lot of people have similar experiences often at the same time, because even though we're all individual, again, we are all connected, okay? So one of the things I've really noticed with people who are going through their awakening, you'll become conscious first a lot of the things that you're putting on and in your body. You'll start to, examine your food on a deeper level. You start to examine the cleaning products that you use on a deeper level, the clothing that you wear on a deeper level, the laundry detergent, all of these things, right? Because it's basically you're getting information that you need to clean out your body, because all of those things will affect your consciousness essentially, right? So it's really interesting because I had connected with someone about a year or two ago, and who, it was a business relationship, and they knew nothing about this kind of stuff, right? And I would talk about it and they would kind of just, listen or whatever, but I saw them and I hadn't seen them for about maybe like 6 months or so. And it's funny because they are now starting to go through their awakening of wanting to detox their body. And what's fascinating is all the same steps that I had found myself taking when that was happening for me, they were also being guided through, and again, all on their own. Even like, when I first started my detox, I was looking at things, like how activated charcoal and sour sop and all these different things that assist, in the detox process. And they were also then going through the same thing, even experiencing things like I couldn't wait to get my, nails and nail polish off. I wanted to stop dyeing my hair. I wanted to like really just get anything that was interfering with my body out of it. And this starts to happen for you naturally when you go through your awakening. So what happens basically is, for people who are awake or not awake, right? We all have a different frequency, as I always speak about, but our frequency can be raised or lowered based on what we're exposed to in our environment, and that includes energetically and physically, okay? So remember, everything happens energetically first. So your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions create an environment, and then also, yes, your physical body is being exposed to things every single day as well, right? So that combination of things, based on whoever you are, will determine your frequency, right? So say, for example, even a simple thing as clothing, right? A lot of our clothing now is made with polyester, which is essentially microplastics. Now, our skin is our largest organ in our body, so when we wear that on our skin, that actually absorbs, and we get microplastics in our blood that way. So the frequency of polyester is very low, right? So it's not a high frequency fabric. Simply by switching from wearing polyester to cotton blends, or at least, a higher cotton blend. If you can get to 80, 90, that, 100%, even better. But fabrics like cotton, linen, silk, they have the highest frequency. So simply by changing out some of your clothing, you can begin to raise your frequency just by doing simple things like that. And the same goes for like the foods that you're eating, even the cleaning products that you're using, the soap that you use, and I talk about all the time, things with scents, perfumes, colognes, a lot of those have endocrine disruptors in them, so they affect your hormones negatively. So I noticed when I was going through this, those were all things that I started changing out, right? And this is something that I work with people on in my sessions. And I get a lot of questions on my sessions, like, big one, do I work with men? Yes, I primarily work with men. Actually, they are booking the most, which good for you guys. But I work with some people more as just like a life coach, where we do more of like a traditional therapy, talk session. I work with people on energetic removal. I work with people on like cleaning up things in their energy and their bloodlines. It's all different. It just really depends on what you need and are open to at this point in your journey. So if you are noticing that you're becoming more conscious of what goes in on, like, that you use in your home, all these different things for your detox portion of it, yes, you are beginning to awaken. So that means that your frequency is getting raised enough where you are becoming conscious, right? You're growing a conscious. And in spirituality, they say that makes you the observer, right? So you actually begin to observe your own self, and that's how we start to reflect, and we begin to transmute and change behaviors, right? So for example, I was working with someone and they had emotional eating concerns, and within a week I gave them some energetic commands to begin with, and because I could see what was happening, they were going through their regular patterns of, okay, I'm gonna go, drop my child off at school. Now I'm gonna go to this fast food place and get, a breakfast sandwich. And they actually caught themselves for the first time and were like, wait, what am I doing? I don't want to eat that. I just want that item. So instead they rerouted and they went to the grocery store and they got those items and they made it. And that is becoming conscious. So you begin to observe your own behaviors through a very conscious lens. And it's from again, as you raise your frequency, it becomes from a higher place, right? Of wanting to love yourself, wanting to take care of yourself, wanting to put the best things in your body. And that is raising your frequency, right? So if you need help with this, my calendar's open. You can book in the session in the link in my bio.